Hey guys, Simon here bringing you more Aether Revolt Spoilers. Today we're going fast and furious with a new vehicle coming to us in this sister set to Kaladesh. Vehicles were introduced in Kaladesh, and they brought a unique mechanic which fostered a new playstyle for Standard. They're pretty aggressively priced for their stats, with the caveat that you have to tap a certain threshold of power on your board to have them become actual creatures. While I never quite found success with vehicles, many others have, and they should be excited to see that we're getting more in Aether Revolt. Leading the pack for vehicles in this new set, we have a Mythic that looks to be the flagship for the Renegades on Kaladesh. This is Heart of Kiran. Legendary artifact vehicle for 2 generic mana. For Crew 3, this becomes a 4/4 with flying and vigilance until end of turn. You may remove a loyalty counter from a planeswalker you control rather than pay Heart of Kiran's crew cost. Guys, let me first say how much I love the design of this card. Honestly, it's so refreshing to see a vehicle that has an alternate way of becoming a creature outside of its crew cost. Besides that, the card itself is pretty strong. It follows the trend of the vehicles we saw in Kaladesh in that its cost is cheap and it has nice abilities, but its crew cost is a little on the higher side, especially for a mythic rare. However, this slight downside is alleviated a bit by the fact that you can pay its crew cost for only a single loyalty from your planeswalkers, assuming you have any out, that is. I've actually seen people talking about the return of a viable use for Saheeli Rai, which, as a planeswalker in Kaladesh, hasn't seen much love. Now, the idea here is that you hit turn 2, smack down a Heart of Kiran into a turn 3 Saheeli Rai. From there, she has protection through the now crewable Heart of Kiran through loyalty counters, while Saheeli Rai becomes a scry engine that can even double up on your Heart of Kiran for some insane damage. In this scenario, Saheeli Rai finds a solution to one of her biggest issues, the fact that she can't really protect herself, while also allowing you to smash in with a 4/4 fly that also has vigilance, giving you a much needed blocker. Now, would this be a groundbreaking new meta? I doubt it. More like a fun brewing exercise. Current vehicle decks run red-white for cards like Depala, Pilot Exemplar, and Veteran Motorist. Could we see a new Is-It style vehicle deck? It's possible, but it's gotta be fast enough to warrant losing such pivotal cards. Regardless of this interaction, I think Heart of Kiran could easily find a place in vehicle decks as it stands. Gideon, ally of Zendikar, is often used and actually becomes even more useful with this inclusion. Not to mention, as a 4/4, it stays safely out of range from common removal like Essence Extraction and Harness Lightning. Even with the less relevant second effect, paying loyalty to Crew 3 isn't a deal breaker. Sure, stuff like Smuggler's Copter saw some real boundaries being pushed, and Heart of Kiran may not strictly speaking be better, but it does have a comfortable stat ratio along with some more defensive capabilities. This may in fact make vehicle decks even more aggressive. On your mark, get set, concede. So those are my thoughts and opinions on Heart of Kiran. Now I want to pivot and talk more about the possible story significance of this card and other vehicles found in Kaladesh. Now, in the story, we've only really heard mention of 2 vehicles. One being Skysoverign, Consul Flagship, which saved Tezzeret from the Gatewatch and where he currently plans his next move headed into Aether Revolt. And, kinda randomly, the Ardarda Express, which Chandra and Liliana rode to escape pursuing consulate officers and led them into the Inventor's Fair. Now moving into Aether Revolt, I believe Heart of Kiran will play a much bigger role than vehicles have thus far. Of course, I believe this to be the flagship of the Renegades because Kiran, Chandra's father and Pia's husband, died as an important member of the rebel group. Obviously, those who survive him have crafted this vehicle for the cause and named it in remembrance of him. Since now we have 2 opposing flagships, don't be surprised if we see a Star Wars-esque battle take place between the Renegades and the Consulate come Aether Revolt. Anyway guys, that's gonna do it for Heart of Kiran. Let me know your thoughts on this new hot rod in the comments below. Will this make it into your vehicle decks? If you enjoyed the video, consider throwing it a like, sharing it with friends, and subscribing to stay up to date on all the latest MTG news and spoilers. As always guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.